Welcome back to Arsenal News TV, and today we're going to look at how Arsenal could line up versus Norwich City, and let's get right into the formation. And what is Mikel Arteta going to go with? Is he going to go and stick with the 4-2-3-1 formation, or is he going to refer back to the 3-4-3 formation he utilised in the game versus Manchester City, which pretty much was awful in terms of our defence because we conceded 5 goals, and that defensive back three of Kolasinac, Chambers and Rob Holding should never be in my sight ever again. So in terms of the formation, I think Mikel Arteta is going to stick with that 4-2-3-1 formation he normally uses to dominate the sides which are smaller. But even though we did lose to Brentford and Norwich could play a similar sort of formation with having back 5, but they also know that Arsenal are able to concede goals even with a back 4 formation. But I am excited for this game above all games. So in terms of the goalkeeper, who is Mikel Arteta going to go with? I think Mikel Arteta is going to stick with Bernd Leno, even though there are talks that even Ramsdale himself has stated that he wants to make a move and he has told his friends that he's going to be the number 1. But in this scenario, we can't find Bernd Leno as a goalkeeper in the system, but we can clearly see that the goalkeeper will be Bernd Leno, even though I'm going to put the likes of Hilson for some reason, because the likes of Bernd Leno's not there, but I'll just put Ramsdale there. But Bernd Leno is the goalkeeper that I think Mikel Arteta is going to go with. But in terms of how I want to line up Arsenal, I'm going to express it off the rule, after how I expressed how Mikel Arteta is going to line up Arsenal. So in terms of the right back, who is Mikel Arteta going to go with? Arsenal have a plethora of right backs. We used to have Hector Bellerin, but now he's moved to Real Betis on a loan move. But we have other right backs such as Cedric Suarez, Callum Chambers, and even Ainsley Maitland-Niles, someone that wanted to move to Everton in the deadline day deal, but Arsenal refused, and Maitland-Niles expressed it publicly, and that is something that was a huge problem. But then it was solved very quickly. Arteta stated that you'll be in my plans, you will be starting games, and this is an opportunity for maybe Maitland-Niles to make the option in that right back position, even though we have new boy Takehiro Tomiyasu, and just because he has just returned to training for the Gunners, there is an unlikelihood maybe that he might not play. But in terms of Maitland-Niles, I can't find him over here. So here's another player that the system hasn't been able to find because I don't know, there has been some problems today when it comes to the system. But we just put Takehiro Tomiyasu there for the time being because I cannot find Ainsley Maitland-Niles. And Tomiyasu will be wearing that number 18 shirt, which is a shirt that has been worn by the likes of Scalacci, players that have failed in that t-shirt, something that Party wore as well, and he even struggled in his first full season at the club. So, and he changed number to number 5. So that number 18 shirt to be worn by Tomiyasu, but I think Ainsley Maitland-Niles will be the right back, even though I can't find him in this defence, given the fact that he is likely to play more of a forward row, but he is definitely towards my eyes. I cannot see Ainsley Maitland-Niles, but that is fine because we can still put Tomiyasu there, and I don't know what's wrong with the system today. There's a lot of players that has been missing. We got Bernd Leno missing, so yeah, so we'll have to stick with Takehiro Tomiyasu. And in terms of the right centre back, this is where I want to see this partnership. Finally, as Arsenal fans, we will be able to see this beautiful partnership of the likes of Ben White in that right centre back position and partnering him Gabriel Magalhaes. And this is the partnership I think Mikel Arteta is going to go with, given the fact that these two players have been training very well with each other in the international break, where the other players went on international duties. These two players had a great opportunity to work with each other, learn each other's trade, and I think they worked very well with Gabriel Magalhaes' physicality and Ben White's composure on the ball, and Gabriel still has a very good ball playing ability as well. They both merge very well with each other. I think they're going to build a very formidable partnership. This is something that we dreamed of as Arsenal fans after Ben White signed, but this is something that we even previously dreamed of when William Saliba signed, and we wanted to see that Gabriel-Saliba partnership. That unfortunately didn't happen, so we're going to see the Gabriel-Ben White partnership instead. So in terms of the left back position, who is Mikel Arteta going to go with? And there are two players that he can choose from, with Kieran Tierney and Nuno Tavares, and also a third shout, which pretty much is going to be a shout that no one really wants to see, which is Sead Kolasinac, who failed to make a move to Fenerbahce, Galatasaray or Besiktas, who has been linked with a move for him, and he is someone that's going to wait for his contract to run out to get all the money he can until his contract finishes. There's no harm in doing that because that is something that will help him financially when it comes to his life. So when it comes to Kolasinac, he's going to stay until the end of the season and then think about what happens after his contract runs out. But the starting left back is going to be Kieran Tierney, and as I mentioned, we will look at my lineup after, because there are a few things which could be useful when it comes to having Kieran Tierney. And the problem is there is a lot of players missing today in the system, so I can't find certain players, but you guys definitely know that it's going to be Kieran Tierney. But in the time being, I'll put Nuno Tavares there because that's the only other left back I can find in the system. But unfortunately, hopefully this website works the next time we try it for the next predicted lineup. Unfortunately, it won't be either on Tuesday, Wednesday or Thursday. It will be next week because we are not in European football. So in terms of the midfield, who is Mikel Arteta going to go with? And in terms of Mikel Arteta, the player that he's going to definitely go with in that right centre mid position is Thomas Partey. And with Mohamed El Neni with an injury, the likes of Granit Xhaka still serving that 3-match ban due to him having COVID, and also having a 3-game ban following his sending off at the Etihad, which I think is a definite boost. And as I told you time and time again, I'm not a fan of Xhaka extending the deal. I think also should have sold him to Roma when they were interested. Even £17 million is, for me, good business in terms of what he has done for this club. He hasn't really done anything. I don't see what his game plan is. I see there's a little bit of, okay, he sets the rhythm of the game. He takes a little bit of physicality. But I think it would be a good boost for Mikel Arteta to start this new partnership, just like the back two which we just talked about, Ben White and Gabriel Magalhaes. There's going to be a new partnership in the midfield that Arsenal fans have been looking to see as well, including myself. And in that right centre mid position, it only leaves one player to definitely play, and that is Thomas Partey. He has now returned from injury. He's now had some fitness boost. He's now ready since the international break, and he has been performing a formidable partnership with the likes of Albert Sambi Lokonga. He will be playing in that left centre mid position, and you have to rate the fact that Belgium, he realised that he did have a knock, led to the fact stating that he should be given the opportunity to have a rest, let him not play, and that has led to the likes of Lokonga getting the opportunity to rest and get it back into the game as soon as he returns. Actually, he also training. He must have returned today morning, and he is someone that hopefully will be starting in the game versus Norwich City, because these are the back two of partnership of Ben White and Gabriel is something we all want to see as Arsenal fans, and the back two fullback and the midfield partners of Partey and the likes of Lokonga is something that we'll want to see as well. And as I said, there has been some problems with this system. I cannot find the players, so I'm going to try and restart this and see if I can do this. I'm going to come back in a few seconds. So unfortunately, I tried to look for other people to try and find what's wrong with the system. Unfortunately, there has been some technical issues with the software that I've been using, so we have to keep trying to do with what we have, because I do want to make this video get to you guys as soon as possible. So in that left centre mid position, I put Granit Xhaka there, but the guy that we actually want to see in that position is Sambi Lokonga, but I can't find him in the system. So Lokonga is the midfielder that I want to see partner Thomas Partey. So moving into the attack, who is Mikel Arteta going to go with? And with the likes of Emil Smith-Rowe having COVID-19 or some sort of an illness, that could mean that he is a fresh doubt for Mikel Arteta. But in terms of the right winger position, Mikel Arteta does have a variety of options. He initially did, such as the likes of Nicola Pepe. I could have previously said Willian, players such as Reece Nelson, but Reece Nelson has been sent out on loan. Willian has left the football club, so these players are gone. So in terms of that right winger position, we're going to go with Nicola Pepe, and luckily we can find him in the system. So in terms of the number 10 position, he was going to play in that position, and it's going to be in the form of Martin Ødegaard, because I think that is someone that Mikel Arteta is definitely going to go with, given the fact that he has been one of the important signings from Mikel Arteta in the summer transfer window. We've been able to now get him on a permanent deal, and Martin Ødegaard for the 30 to 45 million pounds is something that I think is good business, but he needs to now perform in the number 10 role. And unfortunately, with Smith-Rowe being a doubt, I think it's very likely that Mikel Arteta will still go with Ødegaard in the number 10 role, leaving Smith-Rowe to sit on the bench or not even feature at all. So in terms of the left winger, who is Mikel Arteta going to go with? And Mikel Arteta has a variety of options, such as the likes of Gabriel Martinelli, players such as Bukayo Saka. You can also play in that position, and other players that such as even Tavares that has been linked to playing that left winger role as well, something that even Kolasinac done under Unai Emery, because we know that he's very good in terms of his attacking prowess, but it didn't work out to fit in that left winger position. So in terms of that left winger position, there's only going to be one man, the star boy. His name is Bukayo Saka, and it's a shame I can't find him as well in the system. So there has been a lot of problems with this system, unfortunately, for today, and it has been a bit bad luck because players such as David Luiz are still in there, and I think they put the wrong squad because I cannot find certain players. But for the time being, in terms of a player that I can put in that position, I have to go with Martinelli, given the fact that Saka is a real player that I want to see there, but I can't find Saka in the squad. So in terms of the striker, who is Mikel Arteta going to go with? He has 4 options. He has Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, who he can choose from. He has Alexandre Lacazette, Eddie Nketiah, Folarin Balogun, and even Martinelli. You can operate in that number 9 role, but I think Mikel Arteta is going to go with our talisman, our captain, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, and he is definitely going to be starting in that number 9 role. He's going to be the striker. I think that's his more preferred position, and we saw what he can do in the game versus West Brom, someone that was in the Premier League last season, and Norwich City, someone that was in the Championship last season, someone that he has a very good record. When they came last time around, he scored 4 goals against them. Could mean that Aubameyang could definitely be starting and maybe could get some goals, but also for me have to score a goal first to have any chance of winning this game, because if Norwich gets that first goal, the Arsenal fans are going to be annoyed, Mikel Arteta is going to be annoyed, and Mikel Arteta has a brilliant record, a brilliant record of not being able to win a game after losing at half time. So that is amazing for the last 23 games or something, and that makes us even more of a meme than we already are. So this is how I think Mikel Arteta will line up Arsenal. I'll reiterate, because there are players that are there that shouldn't be there because of the system. In terms of the goalkeeper, it will be in the form of Bernd Leno. Ainsley Maitland-Niles will be playing in that right back position. Ben White and Gabriel Magalhaes will be the back 2 for Mikel Arteta, with left back here in Tierney. Into the midfield, it will be a partnership of Thomas Partey and Sambi Lokonga, with Martin Odegaard playing in that number 10 role, Nicola Pepe and Bukayo Saka on either wing, with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang leading the line. So in terms of how I will line up Arsenal, well, the system has done a few good things for me. In terms of the goalkeeper, I'm definitely going to go with Aaron Ramsdale. Yes, I like Leno, but he has been very slow on the ball. He has been someone that I think hasn't impressed in the latter stages, even though he's made vital saves. We all know that Bernd Leno is a very good shot stopper, but that is not the only thing we require of a goalkeeper. You have to be good on the ball. You have to be very loud. You have to mark your box. That is something that is very important. When the crosses come, I don't see Bernd Leno telling the defenders, okay, look at the man there, look at the man there. He's just standing there, and there's a player just in front of him, and he can't do anything. I don't see him being vocal. I don't see him looking after his box and telling what people to do. He doesn't look like a nuisance in that box as a goalkeeper, and that's something that I haven't seen from Bernd Leno. But with the Aaron Ramsdale, a bit more taller, a bit more physical, he's got the ability to come in, make that box saves, push players out of the way. He's got that physicality. He knows what it is to play in the Premier League, and that's something that I really love, because the fact that he's played for Sheffield United, a very physical side. I think they do a lot of work where they have to go on the ground and fight each other, pretty much make that box saves, and that's something that I don't see in Bernd Leno. And I think Ramsdale is a perfect signing. I think it will be a signing that many fans will, at the end of the season, will state. I think, mark my words, because there's a lot of you guys might take my quotes and then try to bully me later on. But the thing is, Aaron Ramsdale will definitely be a success for the Gunners. Yes, he's played for a very bad side, but he's been the players of those sides. And I think even £30 million for the top-notch goalkeeper such as Aaron Ramsdale is a bargain if we can get Andre Onana in the January transfer window. And sell Bernd Leno. We sold Bernd Leno, say, for £15 million to Inter Milan in the January transfer window, because he'll be in a free transfer next summer. And if also don't extend his deal, or try to at least get £10 million, £20 million for, maybe we got for Emiliano Martinez, add them together, we get £30 million. We reinvest that £30 million in Aaron Ramsdale, who's 23 years old, and Andre Onana, who's 25, 26 years old. I think we have 2 outstanding goalkeepers, and I think it will be good transfer business overall at the end. But we'll also sign Andre Onana, because we were linked within the summer transfer window, but also reluctant to make the move for him. Mikel Arteta personally also to bring Aaron Ramsdale. And when it comes to other goalkeepers such as Karl Heinen, impressed for Estonia when they were able to hold for a 0-0 draw for Estonia. There are options for Mikel Arteta in that goalkeeping department, but Onana for Leno will be the perfect transfer business in my opinion. But are Arsenal smart enough to do that business? So in terms of the Mikel Arteta's lineup, this is how it will look like with the players that I've just mentioned in the different areas. And in terms of how I will line up Arsenal, in terms of the goalkeeper, I'm definitely going to stick with Aaron Ramsdale. And in terms of the right back, I would love to see Takahiro Tomiyasu playing that position. Ben White and Gabriel Magalhaes in the back too, and with the likes of Kieran Tierney playing in that left back position. So in terms of the midfield, I do like to see Thomas Partey and Sambi Lokonga. Those are the two midfielders I love to see in that position. But I don't mind if Maitland-Niles plays alongside Thomas Partey, because he's the other midfielder that can operate, because Xhaka cannot play, the likes of El Neni cannot play, and the youngster that has came through the scene is the name of Charlie Patino, and he can also operate in that number 8 position, partnering alongside Thomas Partey. He looks like the next Haaland Academy graduate to turn to be the next Bukayo Saka, and he has been touted as the one that has the most talents as well. So with the Patino-Partey partnership, or even a Martin Odegaard dropping into that number 8 role to partner Thomas Partey, is something that I love to see, an Atletico Madrid-Real Madrid partnership. So I think there are good options for Mikel Arteta, but the Lokonga-Partey partnership is something that Arsenal fans do want to see. I really do want to see how that works out. Are both of them going to be sitting deep? That's why I'd rather see an Odegaard and a Partey, or an Odegaard or a Lokonga, or a Patino and a Partey, or a Maitland-Niles and an Odegaard. Something like that is something I'd rather see, because we need two different sorts of players. In that number 8, number 10 position, yes, I don't mind Odegaard instead of Emil Smith-Rowe if he's ill and he cannot be able to participate, but if he is, I don't mind him in that number 10 role as well, but I'd rather see him out on the wide as well. But in terms of both wingers, yes, Nicola Pepe in the right wing has been a bit poor, you can say. Apart from the West Brom game, he looks a bit poor. I think the right back was the reason why he wasn't being able to get the best out of himself. But now with the right back solidified in the form of Tomiyasu, hopefully it turns out to be a success. Apparently he's a hard worker, and he's someone that pretty much can do what Kieran Tierney does on the right side, on the left side, in terms of work ethic, in terms of passion, in terms of pride, and in terms of physicality. That is something that Tomiyasu can deliver. So with Nicola Pepe on the right wing and Saki on the left wing, up front I will go with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. So in terms of my lineup, I would love to see Ramsdale in goal, Tomiyasu in that right back position, Ben White in the right centre back position, Gabriel Magalhaes in the left centre back position, Kieran Tierney in the left back position, the partnership of Thomas Partey and Sambi Lokonga, Odegaard in that number 10 role if Emil Smith-Rowe is ill and he cannot be available for the game, with Nicola Pepe on the right wing, Bukayo Saka on the left wing, and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang up front. So it's pretty much a similar lineup to Mikel Arteta, with just two changes, with Tomiyasu at right back and Ramsdale in goal. So make sure you guys leave in the comments, what do you think? How do you guys want to line up Arsenal in the game versus Norwich? How do you think they should line up? And leave it in the comment below if you like my lineup or Mikel Arteta's lineup. But other than that, guys, make sure you click one of the videos on the screen right now, and I'll see you there.